Things don't go according to plan for very long. Today is the 21st of December. We were hoping this week we were going to go park up, have 4 or 5 days, really quiet time, watching Netflix and chilling for Christmas. But something's come up.
Yeah.
Woohoo! We're going to try and get it done, but it ain't going to work out this time.
I don't know.
It's a little bit complicated. Yeah.
The dream must go on.
The dream must go on.
And it's all going wrong.
We're going to leave. In fact, we're going to turn around now.
Oh.
We're Marion and Chris, and we've been travelling full time since May 2018. We'll just see how it goes. I don't know.
Whilst attempting to drive around the world in Trudy, our home on wheels, this happened.
All British travellers abroad are advised to return now.
As borders closed around us, we decided to wait it out in Turkey until we were able to continue our adventure east.
Welcome to Turkey! We hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, please consider subscribing and joining our travel community. And if you really enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up.
So the situation is, as you know, in Turkey you can drive on a foreign driving license for 6 months. Ours is valid until the end of February, but there are a number of issues that may cause us some big problems.
There's a new strain of coronavirus, the numbers are going up everywhere, and in fact they'll probably close the borders.
The Bulgarian border website says they are only letting in EU citizens. From the 31st of December, the UK will not be part of the EU.
The MOT on Trudy, which is the UK safety inspection, runs out at the beginning of January, which means we will no longer be able to drive back into the EU.
Bulgaria is 14 hours drive from here.
Yeah.
We could fly in February somewhere in the world, but with the world situation, everyone's starting to lock down again, and we don't want the pressure of our driving license running out. So we need to do it now.
We have come up with a solution. And obviously we had to recruit Team Ursel. The discussion went something like this. Right, we're going to drive for 14 hours. We're going to go, and Ursel was like, why don't you just fly to Istanbul and I'll drive you to the Bulgarian border.
So there you go, that is the plan. So tomorrow morning we are flying to Istanbul. Ursul's going to drive us back to the airport, and we've got a flight booked tomorrow night to bring us back to this region of Turkey where hopefully we reunite with Trudy. And we're going to go and find somewhere to sleep near Dalaman Airport, because our flight is at 7 o'clock in the morning, which means we have to be there by 5. Let's go. And we're still going to try and make Wednesday's video. Woohoo! We're going to try and get it done. So yeah, so it's Monday afternoon, and we're going to go and find somewhere to park. This was a good little spot for the weekend during the lockdown. And although the police came round a few times, they had no problems because we stayed in the van, and it was a lovely view to wake up to every morning. It's busier today, now we've got all the fishermen that have come back. Alright, so we're just passing the airport. This is Dalaman Airport.
Next to the sheep.
Ah, and there's sheep. Of course there is.
Sheep.
3.1 miles, turn left.
Loads of sheep. So we're gonna find somewhere to park up down here. There's a spot on Park for Night, and then this is where we're flying from bright and early tomorrow morning. This is the spot for the night. The airport is literally just behind us over there. We're going to sleep here. It's next to the beach. It's actually a really nice quiet spot by the looks of it. So we just sat here, and I'm just going through the emails, and somebody's emailed us and said that they've seen online that if we leave Turkey we have to take our vehicle with us. We're not allowed to leave our vehicle and then leave Turkey. And I've just looked at the government website and there is something about that. So I'm just forwarding it to Ursel to see what he can make of it.
I did also say to Chris that when we get to the border and we cross, if the Turkish customs guys say no, you can't leave because you've left your vehicle here, you need to take your vehicle with you, I will say I will leave Chris as a guarantee. I will.
You can leave me as a deposit.
Come back, and then he can go and come back. You can hold us as a guarantee that we will not abandon our vehicle in Turkey because we love Trudy.
Okay, Ursel has replied. It says, by contacting the nearest customs office to go abroad, leaving the vehicle in Turkey must be made of the following operations. Delivery of the vehicle to the customs administration. And it goes on. It's a little bit complicated. I think it might have been Google translated. So because we have a residency permit, looking at it, Ursel's saying it's 50-50 whether they let you out or not. So the question is, it's now the 21st of December, Christmas is coming up, so we've got 4 days this week to do it, if we're going to do it. And do we want to waste a day going there, trying to do it and flying back, getting tired, and then we still might have to drive to Bulgaria?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's very complicated. We're going to have a chat. We'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so this is the drama. We're pretty sure now that we can't leave the country without the vehicle. We're going to leave. In fact, we're going to turn around now and try and get a little bit of the way up the coast. It's about a 12 to 14 hour drive, and we have about 2.5 hours until curfew starts. So we're going to go for 2 hours and get up at the crack of dawn tomorrow. Right, let's hit the road. Goodbye airport. It would have been fun, but it ain't gonna work out this time.
The situation is very changeable. We just had a lovely conversation with Ursel, who's tried so hard to do everything, and we said if nothing else, 2020 has taught us to be resourceful, to find solutions, to be the best problem solvers,
Yeah.
to keep our sense of humour,
And just get on with it.
we just need to get on with it.
So we're gonna drive to Akyaka, which is no straight though.
Oh, sorry. I still get lost.
Oh my lord. Yeah, we're going to drive to Akyaka, which is about an hour's drive away from here, and we know that place because that's where we stayed a few days last week. So we know there's parking there, and we'll be in a good position by the main road to get up early and just to crack on. So we'll aim to try and get into Bulgaria sometime tomorrow night. So we've still got a little bit of daylight left. We don't normally like to drive at night time, but must a little bit right now. Yeah, we were just saying it's probably better for our health at the moment not to get on a plane with people into the cities of Istanbul and everything. So I think driving is probably safer overall, a bit more wear and tear for Trudy. There's somebody on the wrong side of the road. Right. Yeah, that's why we don't drive at night. Driving at night, one thing you got to be careful of is animals on the road. We just saw a lorry swerve in front of us and then realised there was a puppy that stood right in the middle of the road. Ooh, we missed it. Okay, we have arrived back in Akyaka. I'm desperately going to try and finish the video tonight for Wednesday's video so it's not all late. And the plan is we're just going to stay here tonight and we will see you tomorrow morning. Baby, coffee. It's 5:30. Good morning.
I feel like a crazy mad woman in the morning. I didn't even know that there was a 5:30 twice in the day.
It's 6:30 now. I've just made our second coffee. We're just about to hit the road. We're going to try and get as close to Bulgaria today as we can. We're having a little bit of a detour on the way because 12 hours isn't long enough. When we got the insurance in Bodrum, which Ursel, the legend, very kindly managed to sort out, we need a printed copy because when we come back into Turkey, they ask to see your paperwork. And we've got no access to printers, so we messaged Attila from Attila's Getaway Hotel, which we stopped in on the way down near Ephesus. So our first stop this morning is a 2.5 hour drive to Attila's to get the insurance paperwork.
We've met some incredibly awesome people on our travels, haven't we?
And they're all so helpful.
Literally messages coming in saying, anything you need,
Yeah.
the dream must go on.
The dream must go on.
In fact, Ursel, that is Ursel's line. The dream must go on and friendship always wins.
6:30 a.m. Let's hit the road. Although we don't like to drive at night or when it's dark, at least this time in the morning the roads are pretty quiet. In fact, they're dead. Feeling all right, love?
Yeah, I didn't sleep very well last night. I think it was all just playing on my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, as I said yesterday, we are awesome problem solvers and we will make this happen.
And there was a mosquito flying around in my ear at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. We'd only been asleep for a couple of hours. So I had to get up, turn the lights on, and after 5 minutes I found it hiding by my pillow. Teeth out and everything.
It was, and it was the size of a jumbo jet.
And it died.
It did.
Now it's turned really foggy, which isn't the best start to the day. The one thing we've noticed in Turkey is they actually put their hazard lights on for fog. They've done it, the one in front's doing it. They don't all do it, but sometimes they do that. I'm not sure why they don't just put their fog light on, maybe it's not working. Poor Trudy, she keeps getting waved down. They think she's a bus. It's 8:30 and we got about 35 miles, 42 minutes to Attila's to pick up the insurance papers. So far so good. The fog is just starting to lift. It's been a little bit slow this morning with all the fog. Not the best driving conditions.
No.
So we're just coming up to the HGS toll system roads. We have an app that shows you the balance. We still had some credit, but not enough to do this trip. Now, with a UK credit card or debit card, the app doesn't seem to accept it. So I think it only accepts Turkish.
Yeah, we normally go to the post office, don't we?
Yeah, that is the other option, is going to the PTT, which is the Turkish post office. You can actually manually top up if you give them your HGS number. But Ursel, the legend, yesterday we called him and we said, look, is there a way we can top up the HGS? Can you do it for us and we'll pay you? He sorted it out for us. So we've got enough credit to get all the way to Bulgaria, which is another big help because it means it stops us having to go and find a local post office. Yeah, apparently you can do it at some petrol stations, but we haven't worked that one out yet. We just saw that online. So we've just gone through the HGS barrier coming off the motorway, and there is actually a PTT little office right next to it. I don't know whether they all have it, but some of them obviously have PTTs based there. I've never noticed that before. We've just arrived at Attila's. I'm going to do a quick run across the road because it saves us driving a couple more miles to U-turn.
Left and right.
Good morning. Oh, what a nightmare. They couldn't print it.
Oh, why?
No, I tried emailing it from his, forwarded it from his phone to his email address and it didn't come through. We waited 10 minutes. So we'll have to just show them the insurance on the border on the phone.
Yeah.
If they don't accept it, we'll just have to buy insurance for a week.
Oh.
Okay, sat nav is programmed. We have another 7 hours, 35 minutes to go. And that's to the town near the Bulgarian border. Woo! And you've made fresh coffee.
I made coffee.
Cheers. But at least the sun has come out. It's the best of a bad situation. It could be raining and still foggy. A quick pit stop for diesel, fill up Trudy, so we're good to go.
Good to go.
Good to go. There we go. Migros Jet. I might even be able to get a little bit of breakfast.
Migros Jet.
You even get your windscreen cleaned. Well, one thing, petrol in Turkey is cheap. Diesel is about 67 pence a litre, which is really good for us compared to prices back home. Energy food. Good night, then. Okay. On days when you need high energy, you need high energy food. That's my logic.
No, we just want junk. We want a junk day. We're having a rubbish day.
I would like to eat a proper something, but
no, but you
we're
know
going
when you
to.
have a rubbish day and it's all going wrong, we're just going to eat rubbish.
We've got biscuits and crisps. What more do you want?
I snuck in a packet of Haribo, but I'm not sharing those.
Oh. One of the worries that we have is that we looked at the Foreign Office website for travel advice going to Bulgaria, and at the moment it says people from the UK cannot go into Bulgaria due to the new COVID strain, but we're pretty sure that that is if you're coming from the UK, not from the UK. So there is a risk that they don't let us in. Watch this space. Hopefully we haven't wasted our journey all the way up to the Bulgarian border.
You spent quality time with your wife in the van, so it can't be a waste.
There you go. Quality time with your wife in the van. So we just driving along, there was a bit of chaos by the side of the road, and there's some lorry driver trying to pull off a donkey that was obviously on the road. It's 10:30. We've been on the road for 4 hours and we're 45 kilometers to go until we get to the city of Izmir. So we are progressing. Progressing, or even progressing. And we haven't lost our sense of humour yet, love, have we? Our old school MP3 player here is keeping us entertained. I put about 230 tracks on it, maybe. We're on track number 49. So yeah, there's a fair bit of music to keep us entertained, although we are getting very familiar with these songs.
Yes, we are.
Just coming up to a police checkpoint. Let's see, I think they're going to wave us through. Yeah, you're good. Oh, he's okay. Woo! Made it through another one. We're so lucky with this weather. I looked at the forecast for the rest of the week, and from here all the way up to Istanbul and Bulgaria, it is looking dry, which makes a huge difference because driving in the rain would be no fun at all. It will get colder as we go up to Istanbul. It looked like, I looked today in Istanbul, it's about 8 degrees. Compared to the sort of high teens that we've been having down south, there's a fair difference. Well, our route up is actually a different route than the one we took down. When we came down, we sort of hugged the coastline and did the more scenic routes. This way we've just looked at the map and done the fastest route. which is keeping us on the main roads, going sort of more inland up towards Bursa, and then going to hang a left. We're going to go get the ferry over from Çanakkale back to Gallipoli, mainly because Istanbul, the traffic is really busy, and although distance-wise and speed-wise the sat-nav says it's about the same, in reality once you get stuck in traffic for a few hours it can make quite a big difference. So we're just jumping out. Marianne noticed that the electric flap's flapping, and we don't need the cover for that blowing off.
That's better.
Is all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect.
I don't know why.
Okay, and the handbrake held.
Yeah, we've got a problem with our handbrake.
We were on the chocks the other night and it was like, we couldn't get the handbrake to stay on there, so it might need tightening. Rocks. I don't know much about handbrakes, but there you go. Only 368 miles to go.
368 miles to go.
You're going to want to make sure you subscribe, because the next episode doesn't quite go as planned. But I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous about today.
Oh, I get lost so easily. Epic fail. We haven't been to England.
The police are saying we have to be quarantined, and we'll just have to wait and see whether they let us in or whether they quarantine us. We're facing the wrong way of the traffic now.